Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I will continue the story of Turkic Khaganate, which I have started last month. As I previously said, the Turkic Khaganate collapsed in 603 due to power competition in ruling family. On its territory, two political entities appeared, Western Turkic Khaganate and Eastern Turkic Khaganate. Before telling you about Eastern Turkic Khaganate, I would like to solve confusion about period of existence of the Eastern Turkic Khaganate. If you look information about Eastern Turkic Khaganate, you would get confused with dates. Some historians say it existed from 603 till 630, others from 682 till 744. In fact, there were two Eastern Turkic Khaganates, one independent state in 603, and then it was conquered by China, and in 682, Turks uprised and established a second Turkic Khaganate. For 27 years of existence of the first Eastern Turkic Khaganate, there were 4 khagans, which shows that there was a fierce power competition. Using the political weakness of the neighbor, Chinese dynasty Tang conquered Eastern Turkic Khaganate. Chinese Emperor Taizong decided to divide the Khaganate into 2 parts, Jinxiang and Yuzhun, which were ruled by Chinese governors, and Turkic khagans were middle management. In Eastern Turkic Khaganate, Turks were doing nomadic cattle breeding and agriculture. They used runic script, which is a UNESCO heritage now. For 30 years, Turks were peaceful, but in 679, their leaders raised an uprising. At first, Turks were winning, but later were circled by Tang's general, and Turks laid down their arms. All rebels were executed, but Turks were still eager to fight. Their war continued until 744, when Turks were defeated by alliance of Chinese and Uyghurs. The remaining Turks were gathered by widow of Khagan, Babek. She took them to China and agreed the terms of surrender. Turks were taken to Chinese border troops. And what happened to Western Turkic Khaganate? It existed even less years than Eastern one, from 603 to 638. Western Turkic Khaganate included some territories of Central Asia, North Caucasus, Crimea, Ural, and the Volga region. It was ruled by 10 tribes. 5 tribes of Nushibi and 5 tribes of Doğulu. The capital was city of Suyab near modern-day Tokmak, Kyrgyzstan. The prosperity Western Turkic Khaganate reached between 610 and 630. Its conquest to Tohirstan or Bactria and Afghanistan expanded territories. It bordered with northwestern India. In 626, Khagan Tonyakpu allied with the Byzantine Empire against Sassanid Empire. Turks seized Iranian Tiflis, but later Byzantine and Sassanids concluded peaceful agreement, so Turks had to withdraw their troops. West Turkic Khaganate was doing nomadic cattle breeding and agriculture. The purpose of Turkic raids was seizure of slaves. On conquested territories, socio-economic systems were preserved, but Khagan put his vassals who controlled tribute collection. Western Turkic Khaganate didn't have sufficient political and military resources to continue obedience of different tribes. After Tonyakbu's death in 630, members of different tribes fought for power. By the middle of the 7th century, Western Turkic Khaganate was so weak that it could not control the process of migration of new tribes. At that time, Chinese dynasty Tang conquered Eastern Turkic Khaganate, so the tribes which did not want to obey to China migrated west. 6 years competition for power in Western Turkic Khaganate created favorable environment for Chinese troops to attack. Tang's governors tried to rule with the help of Khagan's family and divided Khaganate into 2 provinces. From that moment, Western Turkic Khaganate stopped to exist. During Chinese occupation, 2 tribes, Nushibi and Doğulu, were fighting for power, and one of Doğulu tribes, Turgesh, seized the power in 698. The same year, they established Turkic Khaganate, which existed from 698 till 766. That's it for today. Thank you for watching my video and please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time. Bye bye!